I started NelsonPark Property 14 years ago, so I guess it was early 2009. A lot of people know I have a background in banking. I was in banking for 18 years. And in 2009, I decided to shift to real estate and set up NelsonPark Property at that time. So my role is I'm the founder and managing director of the company. And we continue to try to grow our business as we move forward. Great question. So if we look at tenants or renters in particular, it's sort of the same issue that we have with buyers. It's really a case of sitting down, understanding what their needs are. And so for a lot of people, when they're looking to do a property search, they have a pretty good idea of some of the main things they're looking for. What we like to do is once we know there are 2 or 3 main things they're looking for in the property that they're going to move into, we take them, show them 3 or 4 units, and then once we've shown those units, sit down again and go through those. So often we'll ask customers, of the 4 that you've seen, how would you rank them? How would you rank them as far as which one you preferred the most, which one you preferred the least, and the 2 in the middle? And then once we've done that, we'll say, okay, well, what makes number 1, number 1? What makes number 4, number 4? And if they don't find exactly the property they're looking for, then we look to go again, show them another maybe 1 or 2 units. What we've often found is it's very rare that a property literally ticks all the boxes. So there tends to be some compromise with one of the features. If you look at the property that I live in, I've been living in it now for 14 years. The garden's still too small. It was too small when I moved into it. It's too small now. But the rest of the property is fantastic. So for that reason, I've always stayed there. But when I look at it, there's always some compromise that often has to be done. So what we try to do is educate our clients by showing them the options that are there, let them make the decision. And often, once you go around and look at properties, you can get a much better idea of what's really, really important to the tenant or to the buyer.
Thank you.
So as far as trends, particularly in regards to say rental rates or sales rate, for me, the best source of information is my team. So they're in the market every day, they're talking to clients every day, they're showing properties every day. So keeping in contact with them, letting them tell me what's going on, I get a lot more information from them. I also spend quite a bit of time with some of the larger developers and larger landlords in the country, get an idea of what's happening from their side, what they're seeing in the market. On the regulation side, Ministry of Justice updates us from time to time on different changes that are going on with the regulations. So we do our best to make sure we're always keeping up to date, but also not just here, but in other countries where we have businesses, keep an eye out for what's happening in the industry and where we see the changes coming down the line. And the last thing is, in our industry, although we have competitors, we compete with other brokerages from time to time, it's a very unique industry in that we also often work together. So I'll be very frequently talking to other colleagues that are in the industry, although sort of technical competitors, we do work together a lot. So by sharing ideas, sometimes they'll know something that I'm not aware of, sometimes I'll be aware of something that they're not aware of, and we share that information that really benefits the entire industry. So if I look in Qatar, one of the big things that we've done, we've set up a structure within our business. Instead of just having a large number of agents that report to me, about I think 5 or 6 years ago, we set up a team structure. So we have 3 different teams. And then under the teams, we have supervisors, and then under the supervisors, we have agents. So what that allows us to do is to grow fairly dramatically. Because we have that structure, we have the management structure in place, the leadership capabilities, and the training of our team. So it's not as if one person, whether it's myself or a team leader, has lots and lots and lots of agents that they can't take care of. By splitting it out, by sharing the resources, people can learn from each other, can develop with each other. And what we found is by people, it also, what it does for the agents that join us, there's an actual career path where they can start as an agent over a number of years, depending on their success rates. They can move up to supervisor, build a team of their own. And then as that team starts to grow, then they can move up to the team leader level themselves. So it provides a nice career path. For a lot of agents in Qatar, there's no career path at all. There's agent and that's it. But with us, there's an opportunity to grow. Then the other thing that we're doing is we've opened up an office in London earlier this year that's about to begin trading, but we also opened in Dubai last month. So we now have a team of 5 agents in Dubai that are already working. And so that allows for a lot of cross-border business to go on now. So not only cross-border, but down the line, if we have a team member that lives here, let's say they move to Dubai, we'd gladly welcome them to join us there. Or indeed, if someone from Dubai moves to Doha, they could join us here. So we'd like to use that as a method to help people grow their careers and grow their experience and help the company grow as well. Well, I think There's a lot of ways. What I've really found interesting about working with Qatar Living since we've started working together. So obviously you have an excellent portal that we've used, very flexible, helps us a lot, very cost effective as well, which has helped our business a lot as we've looked to grow, we gather more and more properties. There's been a lot of value add for us to do that. But what you also do, which I think is unique in the market, is by doing videos, by going out to some of the properties that we have, by featuring our properties, not only on your website, on the portal itself, but also in your social media, where you feature us and other companies. I think that really separates you from the crowd and something that you do well that others don't do. And frankly, interviews like this, I think it's quite engaging and involving us, and working with yourself and the rest of the team and with Shiraz and others, always willing to hear what ideas you have, what ideas we have, and see how best we can work together. So I think it's a really strong part of your business that Qatar Living Properties has that others should emulate.